the famed 5-4 skip. I've given it a shot a few times, and it's very difficult, but I mean, it saves a minute 20 if you get it first try. Or something like that. It saves a lot of time. And then the other strat, I believe that's the only major strat I don't do. I think that's it. And so... yeah, so I think it's all just, other than that, getting... just getting more used to the game and being better anticipating where all the things are, remembering my plan all the time, that kind of thing. Thanks, Kiwi, appreciate it. Because, I don't know, like, I've definitely noticed on some levels where I don't even really change my strats, my times still go down, just because I'm getting better at the game, you know? I know where the best places to do all the jumps is. It just starts to feel a lot more natural, I guess. I feel like I'm playing the game and the game isn't playing me, I guess, to put it a clumsy way. But yeah, let's see, 5-4. That's really the only major time save, I think, unless I'm missing something. I mean, there are a few things here and there, but there, you know, nothing on the realm of like 80 seconds of time saving. Yeah, fourth try. Lone Sheriff. How you doing, man? It's so much nicer in here now that I'm wearing my jacket. Yeah, exactly, Kiwi. And I would just reverse those two things, to be honest. To me, I'm much more interested in tightening up the rest of the game before I bother with 5-4 skip. It's not that I don't think it's worth it. Well, I guess it is, but it's just that I know that that's going to require a ton of practice time. And it's just, I want to be sure that I'm doing that for the right reasons. So, like, I honestly don't think I'm ever going to learn 5-4 skip unless I decide that world record is something that's interesting to me, or at least, you know, getting like a top 5 time on the leaderboard, something like that. Where, like, you basically have to have it. You don't think you have to have... I mean, the world record is 143... like, whatever, call it 143.30. And 5-4 skip saves a minute and 20 seconds. Generously, a minute and a half. So, you can get a 145 without 5-4 skip. Which just goes to show, like, there's a lot of room for speed in this game, I guess. You know, one of the things I've always said about this game is it does a great job, the speed run does a great job at being as easy or as hard as you want it to be. Like, if you just want to get through the game and you want to do that in like 3 hours, that's totally reasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable for a new player to this game, once they're familiar a little bit with the route, to get a 3-hour time. Put a little work into it, you can get 2.5 hours. And then, like, put a lot of work into it, a good amount, the way I have, and you can get, like, a low 150, maybe a high 140, and there's still 4 minutes to shave off of it. Like, that's crazy. Or I think it's crazy. It feels Yeah, it's kind of crazy, like, because I keep track of all my practice. I know what my sum of best are, like, not even just in speedruns, but, like, in ILs. And I know, like, I add it all up, and I think I can theoretically get a 146, like, if I match all my gold splits or something. And so, like, even with the very best I've done, all of the levels, ever, even with that, and, you know, I've never done 5-4 skip, so you add a minute and a half for that. But, like, even then, I can still take a minute off, like, or there's a minute to be saved somewhere. It's just nuts. So, I don't know. It is certainly a goal. This is a very long answer to KJ's question. But, it's certainly a goal of mine to get sub 150. I think that's very reasonable. But I'm starting to think that it's also reasonable for me to go for sub 149, sub 148, etc. You know, I'm pretty sure I keep telling you should play it, Sheriff. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's it's definitely on the longer side. There's no question about that. I mean, like I said, world record is an hour 43. And, you know, in that race that we just finished, like, there's some pretty good players in that race. You know, people like... Yeah, I mean, besides Mount Numbers and Real, like, those guys are just... Those are elite players. But, like, I think I'm pretty good at this game. And I think RBM is pretty good at this game. And, like, we've all definitely put in some work. And, like, we're still happy to break 2 hours, you know? It's definitely a long run. But it really does a fantastic job. I've heard Trihex say this before. But it does a fantastic job. Like, every level, there's something a little bit different about almost every level. Like, there's really only like 5 levels, or maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of making it up. But there's not many levels at all that I think don't have any redeeming value to them. This is one of them. I don't think 1.5 has really any redeeming value to it. But, I mean, that's just very unusual in the game. There's some cool stuff going on in just about every single level. Sheriff, do you have a Super Nintendo? Because if you have a Super Nintendo, this game is not expensive. It's like 20 bucks. God, that was scary. You don't have one? A little more expensive then. I actually don't know what Super Nintendos go for these days. I know I've recently priced out an NES. And you can find NESs for like $60 or so. Something like that. So I would guess that Super Nintendos are about the same. I don't know. I don't know which system has aged better or whatever, or like, you know, just worth more on the open market, I guess. Yeah, okay. Nice fuzzy wall. I like it. Oh, your dad owns one? He would love that, I bet. If I know old guys, just like me, I think I would really love if my son wanted to borrow my Super Nintendo. I think that'd be cool. I think that emote very well describes Yoshi in that level. Certainly not drug-free. Sounds like RBM was also struggling with the fuzzies. Right, plenty of eggs. In good shape. It's like the first time I've actually connected on that shot. Alright. I'm definitely hoping for a better salvo than in my first run. My first run salvo was very poor. Especially because, like, I don't know. I'm a big boy now. I know how to do that fight, but it just eluded me in that first race. That's roughly how you do that fight. I'll take it, for sure. You know, maybe there is something that I can do differently in World 1, because I know Mount Numbers, on the first salvo explosion right there, Mount Numbers stops his timer, or splits rather. And he's consistently below 13 minutes. So I don't know what he does that I don't. But yeah, I don't know. Looks like Cujo and I are about tied, it sounds like. RBM said his salvo was terrible. So sounds like we're all pretty close though. I don't have an egg that I want. Whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. It's not worth changing my plan. Usually like to get an egg from that Koopa Troopa, so that I can take it to 2-2 and not have to take a very, very minuscule detour at the beginning of the level to get an egg. But here we are. Minuscule detour incoming. It's not the best. Yeah, I guess I can't actually even get the skip. Oh, man. Haven't missed that in a while. I actually don't know where the gaps are right now. Okay, now we're good. Well, that's a 2-1 did not go according to plan, that's for sure. Gonna be about 15 seconds behind, I guess. You know, I don't know what it is with the spit sequence, whatever. It just doesn't seem to bother me at all in practice, but that's not the first time that I've messed that up in a run. Whatever. Alright, I need to get an egg straight away here. Almost got away from me. It's my apparently safer strat. I don't know, maybe it's not as safe as I think. Most people go over the top of the level to get past the Baby Mario sequence. I've kind of decided that, especially in a race, I want to do something that's more consistent, because that can end up costing a lot of time, and it's not that risky. I mean, it's not that hard to do the faster thing, but it also only costs a second to have a somewhat more reliable strat. And especially in a race, you know, that matters. But I'm still kind of learning where to spit the toady. That was a great 2-2. That is, I mean, probably gold? I don't know, like, nothing went wrong. Maybe I've had a 2-2 like that before. But that was, yeah, that was very good. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there you go. You learn, once you start learning this game, 2-2 seems like an involved level at first, but you think, eh, it's just kind of this maze, I'll get used to it. And you do get used to it. Fucking ate that Gusty, I immediately regretted that. I'm not supposed to eat that Gusty at the bottom. I can't believe I died in 2-3. But you start thinking like, well, whatever. Once I learn where the maze, like how to get through the maze, it's all easy from there on out. And then you don't struggle with 2-2 for a little while. But then you try to be fast about everything, and 2-2 is actually a very precise level. There's a number of tricks which you don't get very big windows for. And yeah, it can be a mess. And also, if you mess the tricks up, they cost a lot of time. It's not forgiving. Yeah, Kiwi, honestly, it's really not the spit itself for the traditional strat of going over the post. Hey, what's up, LSX? It's medium hard. It definitely takes practice, no question about that. But when you go over the post, it's not so much the spit. It's actually the flutters after that that can really trip me up. And then, like, the camera sometimes doesn't cooperate when you're trying to land on the platform. 7.6 out of 8. That's pretty high. But yeah, it's like every now and then I'll mess up the toady jump. But it's really everything after the toady jump that can be a pain. And a big thing is when you do it that way, you really don't have a backup strat. Like the backup strat for most people is reset, you know? I mean, I'm probably one of the only people. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I'm willing to run with that 40-second loss or whatever. But a lot of people aren't, and I understand it either way. It's like, you know, you're only 20 minutes into the run, whatever. Just reset. But I don't know. I don't like letting tricks like that kill runs. So I'm trying some more safe stuff. And actually the toady strat that I used in 2-2 just now, if you mess it up, there's only one way that you can really mess it up and not at least get another try at it. And that's if the toady accidentally hits the information block. And then the toady's gone, and then it's reset-a-rooney. Although, in that case, you're a lot closer to the path that you have to go anyway to become Baby Mario. You're already on the way. So think about it that way. And I just kind of like the strat. It only loses a second. I was timing it out this weekend. I think I might just start using it. How many eggs do I have? I'm gonna burn one. Okay. You can run into pretty big despawn issues in that level if you're not careful. And you don't even realize it until you start practicing it a lot. Like, you don't really notice that stuff is despawning. Yeah, I guess I should talk about that, Sheriff. You burn eggs because of the sprite limitations of the Super Nintendo. There's only so many sprites that are allowed to be on the screen at a given time. I think the number is like 24. It's not really that important, but eggs count as sprites. And so do like shells and, you know, sometimes enemies and coins sometimes. And in that level, like, you could probably tell I'm using the environment a lot. Like, there's shells I'm hopping off of, I'm jumping off Shy Guys and shit, and all of it's sprites. And so if I have too many eggs, there are places where some of that stuff that I expect to be there goes away, or never even shows up. And so there are some times where I intentionally burn eggs just to get rid of them. Just to get some sprites off the screen. And in that level, it can really sneak up on you because there are two plants in the level that are constantly spitting eggs. And usually you love those plants because they're just giving you eggs. You don't even need enemies. You just collect eggs from them. But those eggs sometimes fall right on your body, and then you collect the egg, and you didn't exactly account for having collected the egg. So, does that make sense? You don't always want a bunch of eggs. In fact, this is a great despawn situation. I'm going to intentionally get a lot of eggs so that I can despawn a Bullet Bill thing. So So now there's a lot of sprites. All those stars on the screen are sprites, as long as those eggs. The gap that I just went through, there's supposed to be a bullet bill guy there that you can't get through. But when you intentionally despawn it by knowing the sprite limitations, it saves you like about, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds on this level. But yeah, only bad stuff gets despawned in 2.5. Stuff you want. Yeah, LSX. There's probably a lot more of that kind of stuff in the 100% category, because unfortunately, flowers and red coins, things that you have to collect in the hundo category, those are also sprites, and there are some places in the game where you can actually despawn those if you have too many eggs. And so you play enough of it, you practice enough, and you just sort of know the places where you need to not have full eggs. And 2.5, in this category at least, is definitely one of them. Looks like Cujo got a bonus on 2.6. So he's a little behind me already. But this pipe is great at letting my competitors catch up with me. So for anybody who doesn't know what's happening there, in this game, when you go down a pipe, if you press down and jump at the exact same time, the game will assume that you've gone, in most cases, assume that you've gone down the pipe. It'll give you credit for having gone down the pipe, but even though maybe it'll at least give you credit for going into a pipe, I guess. In that case, if you go down the pipe, which is what I did the first 2 times, you just go back to where you came from. There's no benefit. Obviously, you don't want to do that in a speed run. But in that case, the game actually gives you credit for going into the pipe up and to the right. That would normally take like 10 or 15 seconds to get up to. The game just decides, well, you did this, so I guess you're in the pipe. It's pretty strange, but it definitely saves time when you don't, when you get it on your first try. And there's, for the most part in this game, doing that on pipes, it just takes you to where you need to go anyway. It saves you like 4 frames because of Yoshi doesn't do like an animation or something like that, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot of savings. But there are 2 places in particular that you actually do it to save time. But if you mess it up and you end up going back down the pipe where that you came from, you actually just cost yourself a lot of time. I don't actually do the trick. 2-1 is one of those places. I don't do it in 2-1 anymore because it only saves about a second and a half over doing the normal thing that you're supposed to do to progress. And to me, it's just not worth it. It's not a hard trick to do, it just is really frustrating when you don't get it. I think it's frustrating because it's not a hard trick to do. You can do it in practice all day, but you get in a stupid speed run and it's just like, I don't know, you just forget how to do it, I guess. But in 2.8, which is where we are now, I mean, it saves like 10 or 15 seconds or something like that over doing it the intended way. And so it's not one that I'm not willing to bypass that. It's not that hard of a trick. Alright, okay, actually... Well, I guess I died on one of those levels, 2, 3. But yeah, it sounds like Cujo and I are pretty neck and neck right now. There are other parts of this game where you'll intentionally burn eggs because, so throughout the game, you can have a maximum of 6 eggs that are floating behind you. You only get 6. And there's a number of places in this game that have like pipes that just infinitely give you enemies as long as you don't have 6 eggs. They're pipes that just spawn enemies to try to get you up to 6 eggs. But if you have 6 eggs, they're not going to do it. So sometimes you actually want those enemies to spawn, even though like they sometimes add to like all the junk that's on the screen. Sometimes you want to like hop off an enemy or something like that. But the point is you need them spawning. And if you already have 6 eggs, the pipe just isn't going to work. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to sit there. 4-1 is a good example of this. So a world from now, if I feel like I have too many eggs at the end of the second screen in 4-1, I'll burn some just to get them off the board so that I can have the shy guy that I need to make the level go faster. This is a perfect 3-1. Nothing wrong with that. If that's not gold, it's not gold by like milliseconds. There you go. It's not gold by very much. 3-1's not too bad, but... But yeah, nothing was wrong with that one. Oops. Whoa. The egg's supposed to hit those guys, not go over every single one of them. But that was actually pretty good recovery. Usually my backup strat there is to get hit and then make a mess of the rest of the level. So that was good that didn't happen. One of the longer not castles in the game. 3-3. Oops. Had to improvise just a little bit with those jumps. I ended up a little short from where I like to be. But I'm familiar enough with this level that I finally... That screen really used to be a mess for me with those shy guys and that one monkey. But I'm starting to get it. The Yoshi copter, yeah. It's kind of funny, in the speed runs of this game, we really don't like the transformations for the most part. I guess the copter does make it actually a lot easier to get through several sections. You'll see me a little later where I pretty much just fly in a straight line twice, and you get through this level that would otherwise be kind of a pain to get through. But like the submarine right there, we hate that. There's actually a category of this game which that makes it possible to do this crazy glitch so that you get to skip the sub room altogether. God, the frogs are restless today. Does it just slow it down? That's kind of the idea, and it's just, I don't know. They're a lot more fun when you're just playing the game, because you get to see Yoshi in a few different, like with a few different abilities. But yeah, I mean, it introduces completely new mechanics for just very short amounts of time, but like long enough to kind of get on your nerves. I mean, and like some of them, I don't ever become the mole bulldozer guy. In the 100% run, you do though, and that thing just like sucks to control. That's a great 3-3, as the gold split seems to suggest. Really good 3-3. I need more eggs than I have. I'm gonna get 2 more from the monkeys and I'll be okay. I feel like I usually start this level with more than 2 eggs. That's unusual. I got 5 now, so everything's okay. Ideally fall in the water 0 times. I thought I was gonna get just a one fall there, but whatever. It's not too bad. My fluttering, I am learning, is just like I can do a perfect flutter pretty okay. But if you need me to flutter over a lot of stuff, I am not your man. Oh, I was talking about the mole guy. That thing just like, I don't know if I finished my thought, but like the mole just sucks to control. Like even when you're playing the game casually, it just sucks. Like you press right and it goes up or some shit. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of a mess. RBM's having a great run. He's like, it says he's 50 seconds ahead of his PB. Seems good. I'm having an alright run myself. I can't believe I died in 2-3. But, whatever. Other than that, it's been very good. Okay, not a 6 shot. We get 7 though. The falling yellow balls. We always just say stomach acid. That seem reasonable? Would you believe that? Fuck, man. Whoops. Well, and I knew that. Alright, we're almost done with the first screen of 6 or 3-5. That screen's been going really well for me lately, too. Whatever. But yeah, we always say, like, stomach acid. I don't know. That whole thing is kind of nuts. I love that strat where I kind of dip right below the screen to get that Shy Guy. It's so much more consistent than trying to get the jump, like to just land on the tree and then just jump to the next one. It is so much more consistent to get to that Shy Guy. Even it looks so much cooler too. Credit to Mount Numbers for that. Yeah, it just kind of drops. There's a lot of interesting acting stuff in this game. Fuck. I'm not sure what happened there. I guess I just mistimed it. And did not look at that. But yeah, I don't know. I was expecting the mouse to jump a lot higher than that, but I don't know. I'm sure I messed up. Yeah, missed it on the replay. It's not a big deal. Loses like, I don't know, 10 seconds or so, but it actually might not even lose time against my PB, because I really struggle with that, with this level. Even though it's really simple, but there are, I don't know, there's a few tricks in there that you can mess up for sure. Yeah, I'm not even going to lose much time. Just 7 seconds. Is the video like stuttering for you guys at all? Or does it look okay? It's kind of stuttering on my end, but that just might be me. I haven't gotten the jumping fish in a long time. Feels like it anyway. Bit stuttery. Alright, I might try something. Okay. Alright, I guess I won't worry about it then. Thanks. This is a very good World 3. I mean, obviously 3 gold splits seems to indicate that. But these have been some pretty tight levels. I think this is the practice showing off. I forgot to count my eggs. I usually have 6 at the end of that level, but it's definitely possible for me to have 5. And I have I deal with that guy slightly different if I have fewer than 6 eggs. That guy just spits out Shy Guys if you have fewer than 6, and I like to just spit the first one right back at him. So I don't have to burn an egg. This is a pretty egg-intensive level, especially in the 100% run. You fire like something crazy, like 40 eggs or something. But all the eggs really count in this one. I actually want to take out that egg that I just shot. Because there's a way to get past that guy without using an egg. And actually just burned an egg I didn't want to. It's fine. But I am going to have to stock up here. If I have 2 eggs, I'm fine skipping those guys. But just 1, it's too risky. And the reason is there's a quick kill on this boss that I got right there. It's the only boss that you can kill while he's still small before Kamek makes him big. And it's in the game. Obviously, you saw the "Oh my" dialogue. This should be a gold 3-8. But if you don't get the quick kill, if you miss the shots, and you have to have eggs to kill him, then you have to do the fight, and the fight takes about 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a good fight. Will I ever do a hundo run? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Seems like a lot of work. I might do some hundo individual levels. Just to get used to it. But I don't know, I think it sounds a lot nicer to do 100% runs than it does to actually, like, do the work required to get there and do them. I feel like I'm going to want to do other games more than I'm going to do this game at 100%, if that makes sense. Why am I eating the fuzzies? I really almost tried to eat that fuzzy. So this is a situation where I'm going to burn 2 eggs. Because there's a pipe that isn't going to spit out Shy Guys unless I have fewer than 6. And I need that Shy Guy to do this business. I mean, you don't strictly need the Shy Guy, and I actually just wasted it right there, but he lets you collect the star a little faster, and you go faster when you're Baby Mario. So, you know, it saves a little time. How long does the 100% category take? Well, the world record is owned by _tricks, and that is a 2 hour 31 minute time. I forget the seconds, but 2:31. It's considered a milestone in that category when you can break 3 hours. You're definitely on the right track when you can break 3 hours. And then 2:45 is, I would say, considered a big milestone as well. Yeah, Kiwi, I don't know, that, like, now you're tempting me. Because if you had that much fun with it, maybe I would too. I obviously like this game. It's kind of crazy, like, Hundo is just a very different speed run. It's almost like you're playing a different game, or it seems like it to me. Yeah, I got my spits and jumps all right there. Might be a gold 3-6. It was a gold 3-6. Or 4-2? What am I saying? 3-6. I like the balloons to be a lot closer than that. Oh yeah, Kiwi. Feels pretty smooth, I guess. How many eggs do I have? I think I may have just tricked the game into giving me that Shy Guy. Do I have 6 eggs? No, I have 5. Never mind. I did not trick the game. Although I think that's possible. So, that Shy Guy that I got from that pipe right at the very end there, that's one of those pipes that doesn't spit Shy Guys at you unless you have fewer than 6 eggs. Well, I thought I only had 5, but I did have a Shy Guy in my mouth ready to become an egg. And so I was trying to wait for the pipe to go ahead and spit a Shy Guy at me, and then eat the Shy Guy that I had in my mouth. And there's lots of Shy Guy and digesting after that. Anyway, it's like a lag reduction thing that I've been doing. That very, very last part of that screen can get kind of laggy with all the eggs. This is definitely not ideal. Just had too few eggs right there. Couldn't feel confident about much. And that's, you know, that's one of the consequences of this game. Like, if you don't have enough eggs, you have to really be deliberate about your plan, because you like to have backup eggs whenever it's possible. And that's a case where I really like to have as many eggs going down there as possible, because it's going to take several eggs for me to get what I want to get. Yeah, this might be bad. I needed an egg there. Alright, we're okay. This room has not been kind to me tonight, but we're through the hard part. It's supposed to be a lot smoother, but maybe next time. Certainly not a disaster right now. The most important thing is having 2 keys when you go through that middle ring. And I did. Alright, Lone Sheriff, thanks for stopping by, man. Good to talk with you again. Fuck. I appreciate it. You take care, man. Have a good night. Yeah, this is a very sloppy 4-4, but it's far from a disaster. I am going to have to go get eggs now, aren't I? Whatever. There are far worse things in life than losing time to 4-4. And take care of yourself, Kiwi. I kind of confused your messages. Have a good night, man. Hope to race you again soon. Maybe tomorrow. Second time I've done that tonight. Usually like to eat that guy instead of stomp on him. Not a big deal, but it's It's nicer to have 3 eggs for this fight than just 2. Still get the double? No. I'm kind of surprised I'm going to lose so much time here. But yeah, I guess I had to... Yeah, no room was smooth, really. Just the 4th one. That was certainly a very rough 4-4, but... Don't die in 4-4 and you're in okay shape. I just noticed RBM said that he has to pee. Which is funny because on RBM's stream, he has a bot that periodically says this is like something like, this is just a friendly reminder to stay hydrated. I've always thought is kind of funny, and it's great. It actually motivates me to go get some water and in fact stay hydrated. And so I just told him that's literally what you get when you stay hydrated. Cujo died in room 1, he said. So I am well ahead of him now. Room 1 is... It's about a minute time lost, more than likely. Maybe longer, depending on where it was. Probably longer, actually. There's only so many places it can be. So I would say I have a comfortable lead over Cujo at the moment. But, you know, a death could change that easily. And fucking crabs being dicks. Three eggs? It doesn't really matter. Maybe a gold 4-6. No, nah, because the crab. Had to go with a couple egg shots for that crab. The old RNG crab. Not bad. I need to just keep working on that. I kind of think there's a setup that I can just get and just never miss that, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. Man, the gate hacks have really been on tonight. Which is refreshing, because they are not always on. I might just be getting better at them, have a better idea of what I need to do with them. But yeah, it's great. No complaints with the gate hacks, that's for sure. I forgot to look at how many eggs. I think I've got 3 though. Yeah. Fuck. What's my favorite game to speedrun? Well, I really only do 2, and that's this and Super Mario 64. I love both of them for different reasons, but I feel like I really like the Yoshi speedrun more than I liked the Mario 64 speedrun. But they're both very fun. My favorite game to watch other than these 2 is probably I Want to Be the Boshi, to tell you the truth. I don't know what it is about that game, but I love watching it. I've never really watched Stinky Cheese before. He's great. I watch a lot of Illusion, who's great at the game. I don't know. I just never get enough of watching I Want to Be the Boshi. It's a very entertaining game to me, and the speedrun makes it look so cool. It just always captures my imagination, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I've played Boshi a little bit. I got to Ryu, and then kind of, I guess, lost interest. I don't know. Ryu was pretty tough for me. I didn't spend a lot of time on it, though. But, I don't know. I can imagine a world in which I speedrun Boshi. But talk about a game that seems like it requires a lot of practice. That game would be one of those. My timing is just so off for the early hit. But it looks like it's also like a really satisfying game to play, you know? Boshi, that is. You just stick to Binding of Isaac. I've never played Binding of Isaac, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. Is it worth a play? Would you recommend that game? So if you're unfamiliar with Yoshi's Island runs, World 5, I think everybody would agree that World 5 is definitely the hardest. So despite the cool looking splits right now, we're not at all out of the water. There's still a lot that can go wrong. But it is unquestionably a very good run for me so far. Even with the death, especially with the death, I guess. Cujo's about a minute and a half behind. He just clocked in for World 4. He's having a pretty damn good run, too. He's definitely still learning this game. He's gotten pretty good. I mean, Cujo... It should surprise nobody that Cujo is very good at whatever game he plays. He's the Mario 3 world record holder. At least for the Warpless category. So yeah, an hour 5:28 out of World 5, or out of World 4. That's very strong for him. Fuck. That might have been a gold, too. Gonna have to skip, though. Whoops. Wow. I am shocked that I cleared the tap-tap. I didn't know you could... Nah, I guess I knew you could do that, but... I kind of forgot where I was for a second right there. What's up, Bruno? Welcome back. I'm gonna come in way short here. That was scary. I usually expect a lot more wiggle room on that last flutter than I had right there. But that's okay. No beer just yet. Maybe beer later, though. Gotta get a new personal best before I get a personal beverage. Tempting fate a little bit there. I like safe strats. They don't kill me. About the video games I have? I don't know. You might not really... It's not a very impressive collection. It's mostly old stuff. So like Super Nintendo games, right? I got like Chrono Trigger, Mario All-Stars, Mario World. Got Yoshi's Island. It's a good one. And then like N64 games. Got like Mario 64, GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time. You know, just a lot of stuff I had as a kid. But I don't have, like, many new games. That's for sure. Super Mario Galaxy 2 is, I think, the most recent game that I've bought. I think that's right. I haven't actually played it. I played Galaxy 1, though. It's a good game. I liked it. Wow, I can't believe that hit. I don't know why that is. I guess for a while, I really just wasn't playing video games at all. You know. And, I don't know, I've never really liked... This is gonna sound weird, but I've never really liked multiplayer games all that much. And I feel like the main reason you buy an Xbox or a PlayStation these days is so you can play, like, Call of Duty or whatever. With your buddies. That was almost bad. That was almost very bad. I'm medium lucky to be alive right now. Sure. I don't mind getting that middle ring. But yeah, I've always been more of a single-player guy. Which makes speedrunning awesome, right? Yeah, there you go. I mean, I guess most systems are like that, where you really only buy them for like one game. Or, you know, 3 games. But yeah, I don't know. I just haven't really made time for video games as an adult. Like, this is how have been making time for them. By setting my goal to just play it as fast as possible. It's almost a treatise against making time. It's like, who has time for that? I just want to play the game fast. But yeah, I'm sure there's some component to this. I don't know. It's like, I don't like saying that the old games are better. I don't really necessarily think that's true, but I certainly attach more to the old games. I think, by and large, the old games are more challenging. So there's more of a feeling of satisfaction of, like, I'm good at the game, as opposed to the feeling of satisfaction of, like, I got through the story, like, I got the story or whatever. Which is good. I mean, that's a good emotion, no question. But yeah, I just haven't really made time for video games. For the most part. The most recent system I own is a Wii that I bought, like, right when it came out. So yeah, I don't know. It's funny because systems these days can serve a lot more purposes than just video games. Like, you know, you can put Netflix on it, or ESPN, or whatever. Like, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Media centers. But I feel like I already have stuff that takes care of that for me. You know, like I have a Chromecast that's pretty good. Sometimes prefer the Roku. But either way, you know, it's not, the extra features aren't really appealing to me because I already have solutions for that stuff. And so to me, an Xbox really is about a video game machine. I don't know. It just hasn't been compelling, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting way to look at it, Bruno. I've never played Dark Souls. I've heard it's great. Okay, I will absolutely take 4 out of 5. This is the hardest stretch of 8 levels in the game right now. I think just getting into it. It's kind of fun. I'm taking this very conservative, and I still got hit. RBM just died for the first time. I wonder where he is. If he just died for the first time, I mean, he's got to be pretty far along. I'm going to guess 5-3 is where RBM is. Yeah, I don't know if LSX Hawk is still here, but like, here's what the helicopter kind of looks like in the speedrun, you know? It's like, you just sort of find a line, and then you fly over the whole stage. That's how you do the helicopter. Whoops. Movement is, I don't know, strange, but whatever, we're done with 5-5. There's one other place we use the helicopter in this run, and it's on the very last level. And it's like the same thing, it's like this, it's this normally complicated screen that can take a little practice to negotiate, but you can also just find a line and fly right through it. Mario Maker? Yeah, Mario Maker is kind of interesting to me. Believe me, I gave some thought to buying a Wii U pretty much just for that game. But I haven't done it. I doubt I will. But I don't know, like, I've considered buying a Wii U for other reasons. Like, I know people love New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. I've actually played that game a little bit. You know, they're gonna come out with a Zelda game that's, I'm sure, just gonna be awesome. And really make me want to spend money. But yeah, and I... excuse me. I know that, they just added a slight speedrun component to Mario Maker, too. So there's like, every level, I guess, now has a leaderboard, or maybe not, a leaderboard's the wrong way to do it, but they track, like, the world record. I actually watched some of Witwick's today. He was, trying to get world record on just the, like, I guess the first level he saw. And he got it. But it seemed kind of fun. Oh, I played Mario Kart 8 a little bit too. That game looks amazing. It's crazy how good looking it is. I mean, it's the best looking Nintendo game I've ever seen. And I think Nintendo has some very good looking games too. But Mario Kart 8 is just incredible. So this is another part where I'm going to burn some eggs at the end of this. Because on the next screen, if you have too many eggs, you actually despawn a guy who's throwing eggs at you. But you need him, because you need those eggs. But then you still don't want too many, because then you need a Shy Guy pipe to be spitting Shy Guys at you. And it won't do it if you have 6. So I'm going to burn all but 1 here. Because I'm about to collect like 4 more, and then I need that guy. That guy despawns if you have too many. And then those Shy Guys aren't being spit out of that pipe if you have 6. So all of that factors in to just burn some eggs at the end of the first screen, because you don't need them at that point anyway, and you're going to get them back. It's very laggy, but we're alive. Just thing 1. Didn't die on 5-6 this time. Level stresses me out, even though it's just an auto-scroller. But it's not. That's why it stresses me out. It's really not an auto-scroller. You are constantly busy on that level, make no mistake. Fuck. I don't know what I was doing there. That's a strange time loss. I don't know. I don't think I was walking that direction, but the game begs to differ. Not a huge deal, but I don't know where I am now. There we go. Alright, we're back on track. Freaks me out. Every single time that shot freaks me out. Don't normally get that middle ring, but deal with the penguins again. Alright. Completely acceptable 5-7. Despite the strange flub in the first screen. I don't know. Yeah, you know, Smash Brothers, I never got into Smash for whatever reason. I've really only played it on a handful of occasions, too. And I don't think... I played the 64 version and the GameCube version. I don't think I played any of the others. Definitely not the DS version. What's up, Trix? Do I like Mario or Yoshi more? Man, I don't know. I guess the answer is Yoshi. Although, this is the only Yoshi game I've ever played. At least, you know, in this, like, the Yoshi's Island universe. I never played Yoshi's Story, or like Yoshi's New Island, or DS, or whatever. Never played any of those. It's strange that that block was still there. I do like Mario 64, though. There's a little bit of that built in, Tricks. I know you want me to say that. But I don't know. I've always loved this game. This old Yoshi's Island. That's definitely nothing new for me. I like this game more than Super Mario World 1. That's possible. That's possible. And did you specifically pick a world record holder, by the way? I caught that. I caught that thing right there. I, in fact, see what you did there. Hey, Raph, this run's pretty good. Can you just go left? What if you just went left? Just go left. Pretty good 5-8 overall, either way. Express some indecision, then go left. Thank you, buddy. If you just not fire those, that would make this a little easier. Yeah, that's fine. It's actually as long as that fight can take when he goes left. I haven't exactly figured out how you can keep him from firing his Hadoukens. There's some timing in there, I think. Because he doesn't always fire those. And it seems repeatable. You can, like, keep him from firing them. Yeah, sure was a good 5-8. Alright. This is the... I think most people would tell you, this is the most difficult 4-level stretch in this game. 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, and 6-4. So let's see what I got. Yeah, Trix, we were talking about that tonight. I definitely want to get a sub 150, because I think that's just... I think it's clear that that's possible. I want to see what makes sense to do in the, once I get down into the 40s. I don't know that I want to go for a world record, though I've entertained that thought a lot more in this game than I ever did with Mario 64. So yeah, I definitely want to get below 150. That's a big milestone goal for me. God, these jumps are... They're not really hard, but they are unforgiving. If you mess one up, there's not very good recovering. The flowers. Get in the first screen, I guess? Did I skip that flower? Oh, maybe I did. That might not be an intentional thing. Fuck. Oh no, okay, I split. I thought... Okay. For whatever reason, I thought I wasn't on my timer. Yeah, I might have to go back and look at what I did with that flower skip. Nice. It's a pretty precise jump to get over that baseball boy before he throws something at you. It rarely goes that smoothly. Got that skip, that's good. Stuff's going my way right now. He said as he needs to flutter above a bunch of spikes. What's up, Amber? How's it going? Yeah, thanks, Trix. I've worked on 6.2 a lot. I've got that second screen down pretty well. I've got the whole thing down pretty well. Yeah, these are the time saves coming in now. There's definitely a death in 6.3 and a death in 6.4 in the PB. Oh yeah, I have eggs. I can fire those. I accidentally collected a flower right there. That'll be interesting to see how that factors in. I think that's the only one you have to collect in this, so I'm probably fine. Like, I think this is normally a 0 flower stage, but you never like to have an extra flower that you didn't account for. And it looks like it's kind of... Looks like it's come a little unglued for Cujo. He's got 3 deaths in 5.7. 5.7's tough. 5.7, I think, is the single hardest level in this game, at least in the speedrun. And it's very unforgiving. Oops. That is going to throw off a lot of stuff. I'm going to have to take this pretty easy. You really don't like to miss these cycles, or I mean, at least I don't. I'm just going to wait. There we go. So all of my choreography for this level is based on getting the cycles pretty much straight through, and the slightest thing can really throw them off. And so it's often safer, at least for me, to just wait a cycle. It's not that long, obviously. God, I love fucking killing Salvo that quick. That is like my fuck you, boss. That guy is giving me so much... He's given me so many problems. It is great to just murder him like that. It truly is. Oh, I'm sorry, Bruno. Which game was I disappointed by over the years? That's a good question. I don't know. I'd really have to think about that. I probably should have gotten that middle ring. But whatever. Hopefully I just don't die here. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good enough. The waves were a lot more kind to me this time. Take that, Tap Tap. He's like the anti-Salvo. It's like once you know how to beat him, he like never gives you trouble. So this should be a bit more of a time save also. Yeah, that was a stellar 6-4. Except for missing the cycle early, it was otherwise. I didn't see any mistakes. And the salvo, nice. And the salvo kill was very fast. So yeah, let's close this thing out, you know? Nice, Curly. Is that El Diablo with your keyboard? Just asking. Man, that section right there, that lava section on the left, is kind of rough at times because the like little clouds on the screen make it. It's kind of hard to tell where the lava stops, and the lava is insta-death. Ooh. Alright, fireballs are winning. With Resident Evil. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that. I don't know. I don't feel like the sequels of series that I like really are all that disappointing. Like, I don't know, like all the Zelda games are pretty good, you know? I don't know, I guess I didn't like Wind Waker that much. I never finished Wind Waker. So maybe that's indicative of what I thought of it. Like, there never really was a Mario 64 2. And I haven't played Galaxy 2. I've played Galaxy 1. Galaxy 1's good. I would say that I like Super Mario Galaxy 1. But I feel like I've only heard great things about Galaxy 2. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's basically what Bruno asked. Just what were you looking forward to, but it just didn't live up to the expectations. You know, I loved Killer Instinct as a kid, a fighting game called Killer Instinct, and I did not like Killer Instinct 2. I don't know what it was, but just was not into Killer Instinct 2 at all. I always thought the original was much better. You know, I really was nuts about this game called MVP Baseball, and the first one of them came out in 2003. It was the old Triple Play series, but they rebranded it to MVP. Came out in 03. It was a pretty good game, but definitely had like a lot of work. They put a lot of work into it for 04, and you could tell, but nice first try. Maybe this is the run. The rocks, I guess, get to have their say, but this is nice. Yeah, we're gonna granny this from now on. I don't remember if I got the middle ring either. Doesn't matter now, I got the goal ring. That was pretty close. But yeah, they came out with an 04 version that was an improvement, I guess. But I was just really expecting them to make bigger strides than they did. So that was a little disappointing. But then they came out with 05, and 05 is like a seminal baseball game. It's like really good. A lot of fun. Yeah, those rocks are terrifying in all cases. And the screen started lagging. I guess maybe I had too many eggs or something. That might be a place to look at burning some eggs. And it was just like, whatever. We're gonna flutter a lot. You know, I actually own Resident Evil 4. I've never played any of the others. And I've played that one maybe 2/3 of the way through. I thought it was okay, but I know that it's very different from the other Resident Evil games. But yeah, other than that, I really haven't played Resident Evil at all. Curly making his opinion known. No task boost, though. Yeah, I don't want to do all that again. I've been in love with this run for a while, so... I love how when you're aiming an egg, it just kind of sounds like you're collecting a shit ton of coins. I'm sure it's the same sound effect. Just has to be. Well, either way, pretty much no matter what happens, practice has absolutely started showing up in my speedruns. So I would say I can safely consider this a success. PB or not, whatever. Fireball almost won again. Whoops. That's like the one thing you don't want to do in that sequence. It's like the one way that you actually can mess it up, whenever. Alright, well we're gonna have almost a 3-minute lead going into 6-8. Seems good, right? And here you go, LSX Hawk. The final helicopter of the game. Check out how cool it is. Man, I'm cutting that kind of close right there. Kamek's hitbox is not nice. I was not far below that hitbox. But still alive. That might be my best route through that room ever. I don't know if you actually can do it better than that. Those platforms are really annoying sometimes. Try to fake me out. That's true. The name of the previous level. Some of these names are just hilarious. My favorite one was always 6-5 right there. The very long cave. As if they know how boring that level is, at least for 3 minutes. That's the thing about that level, is like, it's super boring until it's really intense with those rocks, and you're just like, holy fuck, what do I do? Okay, Kamek. So yeah, not gonna be sub 150, there's not enough time for that. Or the game just takes too long. But obviously looking very good for PB. No question about that. Change my mind. Looks like RBM and Cujo both were struggling with salvo. Wasn't nearly as nice to me, or nice to them as he was to me. That fight sucks. That mini boss is like probably the 4th hardest boss in this game. Maybe higher than that actually. The first salvo is pretty easy once you know what to do. But that salvo, it takes a lot more practice to get consistent at it. Probably a little too low. This is a major weakness for me. My Bowser fight is not very good. Shots I've missed. A lot. I'm gonna need to do a bunch in a row because he's gonna run at me pretty soon. And it is really unforgiving once he starts running at you. Fuck, man. This might be bad. Let's do it. getting them now, but I have to get... You normally don't want to get too many shots there. That's a done, though. No, Tricks. I definitely have not. Can you tell? I really need to do that, I'm sure. $151.09. It's totally acceptable. Not fucking bad.